Okay, in this challenge this week, we're going to cover blending stumps. And have you ever wondered how people use them, why they use them? Well, let's experiment. Let's figure out what they're used for and the best way to use them. Alrighty, blending stumps. You can see there's different sizes. The main reason why we use blending stumps is for blending. When you're using your blending stump, it's important to have a good foundation first. For example, let's say we're going to shade a circle. Now, blending stumps get very dirty. You can see here. And you see this little piece sticking up. The easiest way to get rid of those is to get some clippers and to just clip it right off. Done. And if you want to get rid of this, I used to use a knife and cut it, but I find that using sandpaper is a lot easier. I need to get a new piece of sandpaper. Alright, so blending stumps aren't the answer for good blending. What they do is they help push the graphite around a little bit. For example, I just tried to use the blending stump for a large area, and it doesn't really look that great. So let's try something different. Alright, now that we've got our balls shaded, we have a pretty good foundation. Now, what we want to do is create a smooth feeling, right? So you grab your blending stump and we lightly start pushing from the dark forward. And we're very careful with how we use it. I'm very lightly pressing. I'm not pressing very hard. What I'm doing is I'm pushing the graphite into the grooves of the paper. You see how soft that becomes. So honestly, what they really should call these, smoothing stumps. But you can see I've got a lot of graphite on this. So if I press here, you can see a little corner. You can grab a 6B, a really soft pencil, put a bunch of the graphite onto the paper or on another separate piece of paper, and use that to pick up some graphite and fill it in. Let's say you want to make a shadow. just a tiny shadow. The smaller ones allow you to get some fine detail blended or shaded. So if you want to make a really sharp edge, these smaller ones are great for that. Again, I don't press very hard when I use these. If I press too hard, it makes, well, let's see what happens. You can see the differences here, here, and here. It just causes you to press more on the paper and blend more when it really wasn't necessary. And if you're blending and you've realized there's not enough graphite there, grab a pencil, fill it back in. Pressing lightly, moving outwards. I don't want to go like this when I'm trying to blend. I want to push outwards or in the direction that makes sense for your drawing. I find that the lighter areas are better used with like cotton balls or Q-tips. It creates a much softer look to it. Blending stumps are great for charcoal because charcoal is super soft, and so moving the charcoal around with the stump works really well. And blending stumps can be used for starting out the drawing as well. Let's say like you want to create some clouds. You can create the foundation with the blending stump. Just get some graphite on it. You know. So if you want to draw something that's very soft and smooth and kind of transparent, grab a blending stump, put a little graphite on it, and have fun with it. Another trick, if you want to have a really smooth line coming from something, kind of a softer line, just use your blending stump. That covers the basics. Grab your stumps, whatever you have, try it out. Try drawing a circle. Build up your foundation first and use the stumps to build up your smooth and soft transitions. Try to put a pile of graphite down, pick it up with the stump, and try to create something soft, transparent like clouds, and play around with it. See what you come up with.